Happy Wednesday. Good morning, everybody. I'm Sean McDonald. Thanks for joining us on News 9 Plus on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Here are the stories that we have been following throughout the day today. Starting today, new mask requirements go into effect in Nashua. All employees and anyone visiting City Hall is now required to wear a face covering. The rule also applies to Nashua's Department of Public Health and Community Services and all public areas of the city's Department of Public Works buildings as well. Those new mask rules come as we continue to see a rise in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations across the Granite State. 290 new cases and 3 new deaths were reported yesterday. 2 of those deaths actually happened back in June, but have just been confirmed as COVID related. Right now, 2,377 people are battling the virus, and 113 of them are in the hospital. That's the most hospitalizations we've seen since April 20th. Many health officials in the state are concerned as hospitalizations continue to rise. Right now, Catholic Medical Center is treating 5 patients with COVID-19. The New Hampshire Hospital Association says the highly contagious Delta variant is driving numbers higher, and the vast majority of those people are not vaccinated. Hospital leaders are hopeful the FDA's full approval of the Pfizer vaccine will encourage more people to roll up their sleeves and get the shot. 49 New Hampshire schools have applied for surveillance testing for asymptomatic students. It will be paid for by a $40 million grant from the CDC. Opting into the program is a local decision and parental consent is required. There are 4 vendors schools can choose from, News 9 is getting a first-hand account of the chaos in Afghanistan from an interpreter who worked alongside U.S. troops. He tells us his family has special immigrant visas to live in the U.S. They were visiting relatives when the Taliban took over. The interpreter says he is now facing violence every time he tries to get to the Kabul airport.
They asked me where I was going. I told them I'm trying to get onto the airport. And they asked me more questions, but I didn't want to answer their questions. And they started beating me. Although I had my $2 dollar with me, they didn't care.
The interpreter is considering giving up on getting to the airport out of fear his kids could be harmed. This morning, Manchester police are warning about a phone scam. Authorities say a number of people have reported meeting someone on a dating app and exchanging phone numbers. They then say someone claiming to be with the police department contacts them saying they could face criminal charges because the person they met is underage. Police say if you get a call like this, please contact them right away. Today, we are expecting to learn more about a deadly officer-involved shooting that happened in Claremont earlier this year. On March 31st, investigators say 40-year-old Jeffrey Eli was shot multiple times in the head and body during an exchange of gunfire with 6 members of the New Hampshire State Police SWAT team. The shooting happened after an hours-long standoff. Today's press conference is set to begin at 1 p.m. We will certainly keep you updated. Well, the man accused of shooting 2 people inside a Pelham church in October of 2019 has filed new court motions. Dale Holloway faces several charges, including attempted first-degree murder. He is representing himself in this case. In this new motion, Holloway requested a hearing to clarify the status of his standby attorney. There is also no mention of the insanity defense that Holloway had previously written he intends to use. He does refer to self-defense, which he said he will present as a mitigating factor. Holloway is currently serving 7.5 to 15 years in prison for assaulting his original public defender. His trial has been postponed until February. Some restaurants in the state say they're dealing with unruly customers more than ever before. A Newick's Lobster House in Dover has posted a sign at the front of the restaurant telling customers they will be asked to leave if they don't behave. The owner says customers are unhappy about short staffing paired with the historic high prices of clams and lobsters. Salem police have some new help on their wellness team thanks to 2 volunteer chaplains. They'll join 4 police veterans in helping officers who find themselves troubled by what they're dealing with. They say sometimes officers forget they are human too, and it's okay to ask for help. Switching back now to weather, here's a live look at people already lined up at the beach. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning because It is hot and it is very humid out there. It feels like a sauna, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of days that if they weren't around during the month of August, like they weren't around during the month of July, you'd wonder where they were. We have the humidity out there today and temperatures within a few degrees of 90. We will be looking for temperatures and dew points to go up just a shade more tomorrow. And that's where you're going to want to be, is in the shade, with temperatures in the low and mid 90s tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in the 60s to lower 70s. It is a little cooler, a little more comfortable in the North Country, but elsewhere, dew points well into the 60s to near 70 with highs either side of 90. These numbers very close, within a few degrees of where they were yesterday. We'll fade into the 60s with some patchy fog later on tonight. Tomorrow, again, a couple of notches warmer as far as the temperature and the dew points are concerned. We could have the heat index above 95 for a few hours tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures between 90 and 94, sea breeze at the coastline, 20% chance of a shower or storm during the afternoon and evening. Humidity will gradually fade from north to south on Friday, and dew points will be in the 40s and 50s this weekend. A system back to the west could bring a few showers in over the weekend, but for the weekend, you're talking highs not getting above 80 degrees. We're back into the 70s, more comfortable conditions. The humidity will start to return again on Monday.
So official heat wave possible for what you said, 3 or 4 places in the state?
Yeah, Lebanon, Concord, Manchester, and Nashua. Yeah, that's all off the top of my head. 90, 91 degrees yesterday, and it does look like with today and tomorrow, an official heat wave. That would be the 4th heat wave of the season for some southern areas of the state.
Because we get these, in early June, but not usually in late August.
Yeah, late August, early September tends to be that time. Just depends on wind direction. But you start to see these little bursts like we're going to have over the weekend of cooler, drier air. Next week, we're probably going to have 3, maybe 4 days of lower humidity. So those start to weed their way into the forecast here a little more often.
So I'll keep my dad shorts handy because it's still hot out there.
I don't know if that's a good suggestion.
Okay, lots of pockets.
Now you know why it's called News 9 Plus.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great day.